guys, it's Dr. Belinda George here for Tuck In Tuesdays. So I'm making sure I got all of my stuff turned off so we don't have any disruptions. We have a special guest that's gonna jump on here in just a little bit. I'll give you time to come in. Hello, hello, hello. Let me try to make my screen smaller. First of all, yay, that's better. All right. So we have a very special guest. I won't say his name just in case he's running a little late. So our book tonight is Questions and Answers. Let's see if I turn that. Questions and Answers is a lift the flap book. Question and answers about recycling and trash. So that's what we have right now. And as you can see, the book here. It's one of those, if you remember a while back, when you would flip the little tabs and it would reveal information, that's what we have. So in those comments, say where you're from or where you're listening from, and I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. Give you a few minutes. I know it takes time for everybody to come in. Make sure I send my family theirs so they can join in. All right, so I'll get started, and when he gets a break, he'll come in. Hi. So Mike, happy birthday, Mike. Oh God, I can't sing, but I'm gonna sing for you, Mike. Happy birthday to you. Early, happy birthday to you. It's early. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy 40th birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mike. Enjoy that special day. I know you have a lot of things planned for you. Hi, Ava, Ari, and Pop Pop. We are back. I'm so glad. When you're not here, Mike, Pop Pop asks about you, and I think it's the sweetest thing. So I got so much light coming in here. So we have questions and answers about recycling and trash. So the first thing we're going to talk about is trash and recycling. How many of you have recycling where you are? Here in Beaumont, we don't have recycle bins. The city of Beaumont does not do recycling, but you can still save cans. And you guys want to know a little secret? So if you're local here, you know about the Southeast Texas Fair. No doubts, okay? So when the Southeast Texas Fair comes, we also have special nights. So this particular night, and my friend over at Boys Haven, Nicole, and so many others, I met two more today. I'm on their board and I want to share this information with you all. So they have a night where they will have a Cantastic night at the fair. Let me tell you how you can help. You can bring in empty cans and then they'll get those recycled and the money will go to them. Or you can bring in cans and they'll use them for their crawfish festival. So I'll get that date to you in a little bit, but let's catch up on this book. So trash and recycling. So first it asks you, what is trash? Put your little finger in there. You peel that back and it says, trash is anything you throw away because you no longer want it or need it. Excuse me. But one person's trash can be another person's treasure. Often things get wasted when they could be used again. So we put some things on the street the other day and someone came pick them up and said, before you put it on the street again, let us know and we'll come get it. So that's important. So let's see what this one says. It says, where does trash come from? People. And all our trash starts off as things from nature, such as known as raw materials. Wood, paper, and cardboard were all once trees. All food comes from plants or animals. Metals and rocks are dug up from the ground. Plastic is made up of all our gas taken from underground. We make, buy, and use these things. Then we throw them away. So we take our natural resources and throw them away instead of using them again. So what is recycling? It's taking trash and recovering the material it's made from so it can be turned into something new. Recycling is better than using more raw materials, but unfortunately, not all trash can be recycled. So we have another tab here. How much trash do we make each year? Oh my goodness, I wonder what that number is. On average, each person, hi Ollie, how are you? Hello. On average, each person in the world throws away 4 times their body weight and trash each year. So take your weight divided by, multiply times 4. That's the amount, the pounds that you throw away. Yikes. In Europe, that number goes up to 7 times their body weight. And in the US, it's closer to 15 times their body weight. So this is on average, but in America, 15 times. So multiply. If you're in the USA, take your weight, multiply times 15, and yikes. How much of our trash can be recycled? I have a little picture there. Let's look at this truck. And it says around 75%. That's 3/4 could be recycled, but most countries aren't doing enough to make this happen. Roughly 1/4 of our trash is made up of metals, paper, plastic, and glass that can all be recycled. And almost a half is food waste that could be recycled into a rich soil called compost. That leaves only 1/4, 25%, that should go into general waste. So only 25% should go into general waste. Trash that's just left lying around is known as litter. Let's look at the next page. Collecting trash. Who empties our garbage? Well, we have this wonderful, wonderful department here. They come and get our trash. They put our trash back outside the door or at the end of the driveway. So, in many countries, especially in towns and cities, there are waste collection services. People put their garbage cans outside on a set day of the week, and waste collectors empty them into a garbage truck. 1/3 of people on Earth don't have a trash collection service. They have to dump it or burn it themselves. What is this boat doing? So we have this boat here. What is this boat doing? What does a boat have to do with trash and recycling? It's collecting trash from the river. I didn't know that was a thing. It makes the river cleaner and stops the trash from floating out into the sea. That makes a lot of sense. 1/3 people on Earth don't have a trash collection service. They have to dump it or burn it themselves. When did trash start being collected? That's a good question. Let's see. Open that little flap up. It says 200 to 300 years ago, when more people started living and working in cities, their waste began to pile up. It polluted the streets and made people ill. So city leaders ordered it to be collected by horse and cart and dumped onto the countryside. Flies and rats love trash. So if you don't like those two, don't let trash pile up. Pile up. What did people do before trash cans? For thousands of years, people didn't need trash cans because they didn't make much trash. There were fewer people, plastic packaging wasn't invented, and any waste was either eaten by animals or returned to the soil. What are you throwing onto the street? So there's someone throwing something out on the street. Well, a lot of you never heard of this. I'm quite familiar with this because I grew up more in the rural area, country. The contents of my toilet pot. In the past, there was a stinky problem with toilet waste. Nowadays, most buildings have pipes to take it out of the house and underground into a big drain called a sewer. But they didn't always have sewer. So they would just hopefully not throw it out of a window. Let me get the lighting right. I hope they didn't just throw it out of a window like this, but they actually, was downstairs. How does a garbage truck work? Oh my goodness. I know it goes beep beep. So trash cans are clipped onto the back part called the hopper. So it clips them on. And then a hinge lifts the trash cans up and over so the trash falls out and into the truck. Inside the truck, so then you have these little parts here inside the truck. You see those little stages? So in the first one, inside the truck, it's scooped further in and squashed to make space for lots of trash. So it gets in there and it compacts everything down. Isn't that the neatest thing? Which trucks collect these items? So we have a commercial waste and we have recycling. Share this live, guys. Share the live. A front loader garbage truck empties the commercial waste. A recycling truck collects the recycling. This one has sections for each material. Who had a trash can named after him? With hints like Ratty Rat Face and Mess, who do you think? Mike says, my parents' house in Massachusetts doesn't have sewer. They still have septic tank because the town doesn't want to pay to extend the sewer. See, still a thing. I remember that for me, Mike. So let's see who has a garbage can named after them. I thought it was going to say Ratatouille. A French lawyer, Eugene Poubelle, he introduced trash cans to Paris in 1884 and made it the law for people to use them. People named the trash cans after him, and the French word for a trash can is still un poubelle today. Let me look that up because I'm by myself tonight. Sometimes I have a little helper on side of me when I have these words, when I have an author, but let me see what it spells. Let's see. Un pubelle. Let's see. I bet I said that wrong. Let's see. Pronunciation. Let's see. Let's see if I was right. Let's see.
Une poubelle.
Une poubelle. Wasn't too far off. It's how you say it. So, we have two at the top. Which trash cans should these things go in? We have a plastic bottle. Would you recycle or put it in the trash? And a steel can. Let's pull this tab. The recycling bin. Lots of plastic can be recycled, especially plastic bottles. Metals can be recycled again and again forever. And then on this page, polystyrene tray and broken plate. And the general waste. Polystyrene is a type of plastic, but it's one of the hardest to recycle. Try not to buy things that come in polystyrene. If you can't mend the plate, it goes in the general waste too. So try to fix it before you actually throw it away. All right, next page. Getting rid of the trash. So we've made the trash. We've got rid of the trash, found out where the trash goes. So now we're at the part where we're getting rid of trash, okay? Do we throw it out of a window? No, we don't throw it out of a window at all. That would not be nice. That would not be good. So no, you wouldn't throw it out of the window. Let me go to my page and share it. I think it's let me try to fix it on my page. Oh, there we go. Let me unlock it and make it public. There we go. Not sure why it does that. All right, now we should be able to look at it. So how quickly can these things rot away? A banana skin. Melvin, you love bananas. How quick do you think it takes for a banana to decompose, to break down?
For a banana?
Uh-huh. He said a month. 3 weeks or longer in cold weather. They provide useful nutrients that help plants grow. And Melvin does. Hi, Riley. And Melvin absolutely does put his bananas in the compost. Paper bag. Throw paper out, you think, not a big problem. You throw your paper bag out. 1 month it takes for it to break down and rot away. They're made from wood, so they can just return to nature. Now, does that mean we just go on the side of the road and put a whole bunch of paper bags? No. Orange peel. 6 months. If you throw an orange peel out, they rot faster if they're cut into smaller pieces. So if you're going to throw an orange out, make sure it's cut into smaller pieces. A steel can. Let's see. I don't think a steel can will ever rot. 50 years. Melvin, did you know that?
What?
50 years for a steel can to rot. So metals don't actually rot, but still will rust and fall apart. Aluminum cans. Remember we were talking about that? Cantastic with Boys Haven. Coins used to be made of aluminum too because it doesn't rust. So it takes a long time to fall apart. So you put a coin in, or aluminum can, sorry, 200 years. Coins used to make made of aluminum too because it doesn't rust. So it takes a long time, 200 years for a coin. Man. A glass bottle. Anybody want to guess? Glass objects made over 2,000 years ago have been found in perfect condition. 1,000,000 years. 1,000,000 years for glass to dissolve or rot. Man. Disposable diaper, plastic bag, plastic bottle. These all contain plastic, and plastic will never rot away. Over hundreds of years, it will gradually break down into tiny pieces called microplastics. Both plastic and microplastics are harmful to the wildlife, so plastic never goes away. Oh, well, what happens to my trash when I throw it in the trash can? Let's see what happens to my trash. There are different systems in different countries. Often trash is taken to a transfer station, then larger trucks take it to either to be buried in a landfill site or burned in incinerator. Hi. See other flaps on this page for how they both work. So our special guest came in. Aren't you the sweetest? How are you, Roy?
I'm doing well. I'm sorry. It's so dark. I'm in my car.
No, it's okay. This is Mayor West. I said I wouldn't say your name until you came on, just in case. He's a busy, busy man, and I won't take all of his time. And so you keep driving. You don't have to look at us, so we know you're being safe. But a quick question for you. What do you do in the city of Beaumont?
I'm the mayor here in Beaumont, Texas. I'm privileged to have that opportunity.
So, Mr. West, do you get to go to people? A lot of things that happen in the city, when they tag you in Facebook or call you, are you the one that fixes the problem?
We have departments that help solve all the different challenges that we have in our city that's 180 square miles. So it's not ever one person, but I certainly love to hear about the problem so that we can help solve those problems.
And he does. He will answer every question himself. But he has a department that takes care of the trash and sewer. You tell us a little bit about that department, Mr. West?
Well, it is one of the best departments we have in the city, and I mean that sincerely because, getting rid of your trash and recycling is very important because when you have, trash around the house and you don't get rid of it, then you're going to have all kinds of rodents and other disease and everything else. So our city departments our city trash department does a great job of picking up the garbage every week from people's homes that they put out in their trash cans by the street, as well as heavy trash. And they pick that up once a week too, whether it's a tree that fell down or whether it's, a room that got torn down at a house and it just stacks up out at the front. They come by and pick it up because they don't want it sitting there. And our city department does an incredible job of doing that. And we also have recycling here in Beaumont through partnership with Lamar University currently.
Love that. So I have one more quick question because I know you're a busy, busy, busy man. So my last question for you is, what is something that we as citizens of Beaumont can do to make it easier on the city regarding trash and litter? What is something that we can do?
Well, first of all, let's don't litter. Let's don't throw things out of our car or when we're walking in a building, drop trash, because somebody's going to have to pick that trash up or it's going to just blow around and make our city less attractive. And people don't like, dirty streets. They don't like yards that are dirty. And people don't like picking up other people's trash. So, take care of your stuff. Pick up your trash and take care of your yard. Take care of your neighbor's yard. I think that's what being a community is. Sometimes you have older neighbors, or you have neighbors that get sick, or you have, you know, help one another, because as we do that, we're a more attractive community for everybody, but we can show up for other people when they need that help.
I absolutely love that. And Roy, I have to ask you this one question before you go, a little quiz.
All right.
How long do you think that it takes for a steel can to rot?
Wow. I don't know the answer, but I mean, does it take 5 years?
50 years.
50. Wow. I did
Now,
not know that.
I know this with aluminum can, they're made from coins, right? How long do you think it takes before a coin rots?
Wow. I'm going to say 10 years, since 5 years wasn't long enough.
200, Roy.
I did not know that.
Me either. And a glass bottle. You have a glass bottle. We don't have them that much, but say you have a glass bottle, you throw it how long?
I would bet a glass bottle would last a long time too. Maybe 10 or 15 years.
1 million.
1 million years.
Yes. So Roy, we learned even orange peels, 6 months.
I didn't know that.
And a paper bag, 1 month. And a banana skin, 3 weeks or longer if it's cold. So when people are throwing, and plastic never goes away, it just turns into microplastic. So if the citizens of Beaumont went by this and taking care of their land and saving it for the future, because you're doing, Beaumont is like a Build-A-Bear city right now. Everything is being fixed in the city at one time, and it's amazing to go. And then they're beautifying the city as well. But if we could do our part as citizens to keep this off the street, it would make the city that you're striving for to be the best a lot of help.
Amen.
So,
yes.
I know you're busy, Roy, but I wanted you to drop in real quick. Thank you. I know you're headed to other events, but do you have anything else you want to say?
Well, Dr. George, I love how you share information and do it in a way for kids, but also for adults to pay attention, and people learn from this, and we can all be better people. And as we're all watching right now, I'm learning a lot of stuff that I didn't know.
Same. I'll have to pass this book on to Buffalo and Everly.
Yes.
So they can remember. So I'll get this book to you. It's a pull tab book, so lots of neat answers under there.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. West.
All right. I will continue to watch offline.
Okay. All righty.
Right.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
so much. Bye-bye. All right. So we have Mr. West, and he's extremely busy. So we want to thank him for jumping in. And then we had another guest pop in. Hi, Nicole, and her son and nephew are tuned in. Hello. Give a hoot. Don't pollute. Yeah. Don't be an owl and be foul. Look at me. Crack me up. So I got to get back to teaching you guys. Share this post. Now, where was that boat going again? Remember that boat was picking up, helping with trash? Hopefully to a port where the trash can be collected and dealt with responsibly. Unfortunately, some trash is just dumped at sea. Our oceans are getting more and more polluted. So what happens to our litter? Incinerator chimneys can be 1,300 feet tall. And I'm pretty sure you've seen something like that in your city. That's burning trash. So what happens to your litter? Some rots down into the soil, but most litter is here to stay. It's a danger to animals and plants. So you rip open a 6-pack of sodas, so that plastic ring gets stuck around a duck's neck, and they die because they don't want you to catch them to get it off. It washes into the drains and can block them. So you wash oil down the sink. That hurts. Traces of plastic litter have been found in all sea creatures studied. It makes us ill. So every sea creature has eaten a piece of plastic. They don't know what it is. It comes down there. It's plastic. So an incinerator is where trash is burned to ashes. So incinerators burn our trash at very high temperatures. The trash is dumped into a holding bay. A big grabber lifts and drops trash into the incinerator. Heat from burning the trash is used to make electricity and to warm buildings nearby. Ash is then collected And if it can be recycled, it goes into building materials. Then the waste gas is filtered clean, and the filtered gas is let out through the chimney. So we have all of this stuff that happens. Are landfill sites just big holes in the ground? Am I done talking Tuesday today? Oh, yes, you are doing Tucked In Tuesdays. Well, not today, Riley, but thank you for speaking the text. Good job, buddy. Not today. I'll get you on, buddy. Riley's my 5-year-old great nephew. So let's just see. They used to be, now they're carefully prepared and looked after. First, the hole is lined with plastic. Then trash is added in blocks called cells, and each one is quickly covered up. So they're covering up and it forms a gas called, yes, I am tutoring today, Riley, right after this, buddy. So it turns into a gas called methane. A network of pipes collect the harmful liquid and gas, methane, that trash makes when it's buried. The gas can be burned to make electricity. So us taking care of our trash and putting it in the ground helps with electricity. I didn't know that. Why do people drop litter? Good question. Why would anyone want to make a place look more ugly and cause harm to plants and animals? Maybe they're just lazy, or maybe they don't think through their actions. So how recycling works. Where does our recycling go? There are clever machines for sorting recycling. Mixed recycling goes to a sorting center. Then each type of material is taken on to a recycling plant. Now, what happens to our paper when we throw paper away? It's recycled into more paper or cardboard. First is washed, then mixed with water to form a slurry. Then the slurry is rolled out in the sheets. Other materials are added to make different paper types. So this paper is paper towels. Now glass, remember, glass is here forever. But if crushed glass is melted, then shaped into new glass, first you have to sort, let me start over. First, the glass is sorted by color and washed, then it's crushed. Then crushed glass is melted and shaped into new glass. So that's how we recycle glass. That does it. That takes 1 million years? Hi, Paula Kelly. It's so good seeing you, love. Does all recycling get recycled? No, if the wrong things are added to a recycling collection, they can stop the rest from being recycled. Check what can be recycled in your area. Now, plastic. We have plastic. First, plastic items are sorted into different types. Next, each type is chopped up into flakes and washed. Then the flakes are melted down and made into new things, like a fleece top, a jogging suit. A fleece top can be made from 25 recycled bottles. Hi, Maria. How are you? So good to see you. Guess what my mommy bought? Some chips. I bet, Riley. Drink cans are made of aluminum. The cans are cleaned, then melted. Any printed separates out when the cans are melted. The pure metal, aluminum, can then be rolled out into long sheets so that more cans and packaging can be made. And we have Maria listening. I'm so glad Maria came today. You will today, Riley. You will be doing tutorials today. I'm going to make sure you're new news watching. That's my sister. Light detection can pick out paper and different kinds of plastic. Light detector or an air puffer. They trigger puffs of air that blow the right items onto conveyor belts. So it has a little light detector and then it pushes them off. Didn't know that. There's a magnet up here. Let's see what that magnet does. Here is in Beaumont, Raleigh. When I say here, I'm talking about Beaumont. Magnets pick out items made of steel or iron. Other materials continue along the conveyor belt. And there's a magnet. So when the magnet spins, it picks up those things, right? Sorts them out. Now, how is it sorted? Let's see. Flows of electricity called eddy currents pick out any aluminum. The currents make aluminum items jump onto their own conveyor belt. So they have that. Look at that. That is so neat. Can you recycle chip bags and snack wrappers? Only through special recycling programs. 2,000 chip bags could make a bench. And there's a little girl, Sammy. I don't know if you know Sammy, but she does the buddy bench. And when I was a principal, we collected lots of bottle caps, and we have, the community has a bench made out of pill bottles and pill tops and plastic for kids that don't have friends. You sit there. And then the buddy bench, people know you need a friend. Pretty neat. The problem is many bags and wrappers are made up of a mixture of plastic and aluminum that's hard to separate for recycling. It's called metallicized film, and it's great for keeping chips fresh. Riley, you talked about chips, 200 bags of chips. You can make 2,000 bags of chips. You can make a bench. Take out cups, those lovely Starbucks cups and McDonald's cups and Burger King cups and styrofoam. Yes, but only if they're collected separately from other recycling, because it's a complicated process. The cup is normally made up of cardboard that could be recycled, but then is lined with plastic to make it waterproof. It's much better to take your own reusable cup or stay and have a drink in a ceramic mug. Well, I had all those Starbucks really cute cups that I would buy, and I thought it was just because to be stylish, but evidently it's so they can cut down on the waste. Smart. All of you that sell those cups are smart. How many times can these, and be even smarter and bring your cups. How many times can these things be recycled? Glass, infinitely, meaning forever and ever and ever and ever. You can recycle glass again and again and again. With paper, only around 5 times, but then it can be turned into compost. Turn the page to learn more. We'll learn more about that. You can infinitely, this is a metal can of tuna, infinitely, you can just keep on recycling aluminum and iron. And then plastic. Melvin, could I put plastic in your flower bed? He said no. Only up to 10 times. Each time the plastic loses quality and new plastic has to be added. It's best to avoid plastic in the first place. So, Melvin, you got to stop throwing away my tumblers I'm buying because I'm saving the earth, sir. All right, we're almost, you know what? It is 8:03 and we have 2 more pages. Let's see. Actually, 3 more pages. I'm going to stop right here and we're going to pick up next week because look at this gaming device. What does that have to do with recycling? So we've done trash and recycling, collecting trash, getting rid of trash, how recycling works. And now we're on what else can we recycle for next Tuesday, making less trash. And then we have, did you know? So we got lots of neat facts. We want to thank Mayor Roy West again for joining us. And on this, Riley is 5 years old. And make a secret gaming room behind your couch. No, I will not. I will not. So here we go. We're going to finish this up and we'll have another special guest next week. I believe it is AJ Turner. And we'll pick a book and we'll finish these questions and answers about recycling and probably talk about the water because I think he does a lot with the water. So I'll get with Mr. AJ Turner. I'll see you guys here next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. And let me do my biggest takeaway here. Even though we're not finished, my biggest takeaway so far is before you throw it away, ask yourself, can it be recycled? Can I bring it to a landfill? Raleigh needs me. He will have me in just a little bit with tutorials. It's Fehrenbacher. So there's over 60 flaps. We've uncovered lots. This book is written by Katie Daynes, illustrated by Peter Donnelly. And Priscilla, you're right. Recycling is important. And then we'll have more. So join me next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central for the rest of this book and Tucked In Tuesdays and our special guest and the start or finish of a new book. Guys, if nobody else tells you, Dr. George loves you. Have a great day on purpose. And remember, guys, recycle, throw trash where it's supposed to be, and stop using plastic if you can. Stop using plastic and use your cups. Guys, have a good night. Hello, Maria. Have a good night, guys. Good night, Maria. I'll have to have you on one night so your scholars can see you, and we'll have to dance. Good night, guys. Love you. Good night.